Hi, I'm Zoe Modi, and for my linguistic anthropology final, I will be talking about the language of bees, how and why they communicate. I chose this topic because learning about non-human language interested me, and I have an interest in bees. And through that, I've always wondered about their communication. Today we'll be going over bees and their ability to communicate. But to better understand how and why they communicate, we are going to do a brief introduction of their societal structure to better understand the interconnectedness with language and culture, more specifically bee culture. To start off with, there are three types of bees in a hive. The queen bee, who is the sole reproductive female of the hive. She is vital to a healthy hive. Then we have the drones, which are male bees that are solely for mating other hives' queens. Finally, we have the worker bees. Worker bees are the bees we are talking about today. They do all the hive work, from taking care of the queen and larvae to guarding and foraging. This is my peer engagement. I went with a thought prompt. I wanted to ask, before we start, I asked you to think about the behaviors and actions of bees you've seen in the past. From anything, has anything stuck out to you? Have you seen them dance? What is the first thing that comes to mind when I say bee? And here is a little animated video of bees dancing, and I thought it'd be fun and add fun. Okay. For the observations. When observing other species, do you ever wonder how they communicate? What they'd be saying when communicating? By that I mean, are they having a conversation? Are we just not able to understand them? Are they even able to communicate? I myself enjoy wildlife photography, and sometimes I wonder how different species communicate. What are they talking about? And why? For bees specifically, I've wondered how they let the hive know they found valuable resources. Say it's been a rough year and the environment's changed due to climate change and habitat loss. How does a bee let its hive know they found a good batch of new resources? This is a continuation of my observations. Here showcases some images taken by myself. I chose these images because they provoked thoughts in me. Made me think about the nutritional value of the bees' food sources and wondered if they went back to the hive to let them know it was a good resource. While taking these images, I observed the number and variety of bees hovering and enjoying these flowers. I wonder now if the scout bee went and told the hive that this was a good resource. My main questions were, how do bees communicate? What and why do bees communicate? Are there different types of dialects of bees communication? Do all bees communicate the same? My prediction was bees communicate for their survival. For the survival of their kind, for the survival of themselves, for the survival of their queen. Considering that bees do the foraging, do it for their hive's health, that's what makes sense. Their main goal is to share what's best for the hive. Share what's best for the hive. Secondly, they utilize multimodal communication through their body language, sense, and touch. They convey their meaning. Research. How and why are they communicating? These images showcase a round dance and a waggle dance. The round dance is a dance that communicates a close-by place with no specific directional information. The waggle dance lets bees know where nutrients or nesting locations are, communicates distance and direction by using the sun as a compass. The infinity symbol, or the 8 dance, is the waggle dance, and showcases about a distance from 100 meters to 13 kilometers. The middle part of the 8 is the moment when the scout indicates the direction. That part is showcased very carefully and at a slower pace and creates an angle with the sun's position. From that angle, the other bees understand what direction to take. The slower the bee goes, the further the distance is. For my web of language, I used a Venn diagram, and the Venn diagram showcases language and culture in connection to bees and their interconnectedness. The language section, we are shown different methods of communication that bees use: the waggle dance, the pheromones, the vibrations, the round dance. Then we see culture, specifically bee culture. Here we are shown hive culture. By that I mean hive structure and all. And the bee's job. The way the bee communicates and what the bee communicates vary depending on their job. For example, guard bees use pheromones and vibrations when there is danger. Danger is faced in bees' environments and locations of hive. Both impact the dialect of bee communication. Finally, we see the overlap of language and culture in our bee setting. And we see the connection between them. The connection between them is the need to communicate with the hive about resources and danger. The need to communicate for their survival, like I mentioned before. Linguistic evolution. For linguistic evolution, bees are born with the ability to do the waggle dance, but to improve their skills, they observe other hive bees. For linguistic diversity, bees have local dialects based on their geography. Their geography, they also have different perceptions of distance and direction. Bees can only do the waggle dance they are born with. If a member of one bee species joins another bee group with a different dialect, it will not be able to learn a new dance. Instead, it will produce the one it was born with. For my analysis, it's basically my conclusion. The setting of culture of one's being is connected to language through their forms of communication. From the bees, we see how the hives have different dialects and perception of direction. Bees communication utilizes dance to communicate distance and direction from the sun to its food source. The what is food, water, and nesting. The why is for the hive's survival. The how is through dance and scent. I wanted to do another thought prompt quiz on on, I wanted to ask, how do bees communicate nearby food? Is it the waggle dance? Is it the round dance? Or is it through scent? It's the round dance. And there we go. All done.